Anthony Hernandez is the dark horse of the middleweight division. I am telling you right now, by the end of 2025 or early 2026, this man will fight for the title. Hear me out right now. Anthony Hernandez has been on a 6-fight win streak. He recently beat Michel Pereira, where he tore him up to shreds through all 5 rounds. He beat him up so bad that Michel Pereira was fucked by the end of the 5th round. He could not make it through all 5 rounds. The ground and pound and the amount of punches he threw off the ground were next level, and that's just what Anthony Hernandez does to these fighters. He picks them apart. He pushes the pace of the fight, and his cardio is on a whole nother level. The guy does not get tired. He just keeps moving forward. And recently, he beat Roman Kopylov. Roman Kopylov, a man that was so hyped up by several UFC fans, and he picked them apart in the 2nd round and was able to choke him out. This is how elite Anthony Hernandez is. He choked him out. He beat him with ease when everybody thought Roman was going to win that fight, and he just does that to his opponents. And before then, we saw him fight Rodolfo Vieira and beat Rodolfo Vieira at his own game of jiu-jitsu. He choked him out. And this weekend, Anthony Hernandez is facing off none other than Brandon Allen, an opponent that he fought 7 years ago, and he beat him at the LFA for the LFA middleweight title. And in that fight, what happened? Anthony Hernandez picked apart Brandon Allen through all 5 rounds. He was pushing the pace of the fight. He was better than him in the striking on the feet, and he would take him down and maul him on the clinch and maul him on the ground. Did Brandon Allen have some bright moments in that fight? Yes, he did. He went for some submission attempts, and at times, Anthony Hernandez was a little bit clumsy and letting Brandon Allen get mount and even dominating on top for a little bit. But Anthony Hernandez, he's just such a great scrambler off the ground. He's good off his back. He's good on top. It doesn't matter. He just gets the fight done, and he doesn't get tired. His ground and pound, in my opinion, he probably has one of the best ground and pounds in the middleweight division. He reminds me a lot of Cain Velasquez. Cain Velasquez was the same way. He was an elite grappler, an elite wrestler, very good on the ground and pound, would never get tired throughout fights, had a heavy loaded hand. He just reminds me a lot of Cain Velasquez. Anthony Hernandez in general, he's very good at pushing the tempo of the fight. He has a slick jab. He has a great right hand. He's good at setting up combinations, and he's very good at getting people against the cage where they don't like it, man. He just gets down and dirty out there. It's crazy. In this fight against Brandon Allen, it's going to be the same thing as their first fight. He's just going to maul him through all 3 rounds. Allen's gas tank is very questionable, and even his chin. Look, he's been knocked out a couple times by certain fighters, and the fighters he lost to, yeah, they are great strikers, like Chris Curtis, like Sean Strickland. Brandon Allen, if he doesn't have a hot start in the first round, I don't see him winning this fight at all, and that's why I think Anthony Hernandez is just going to get the fight done within the 2nd or the 3rd round, because Brandon Allen by then will be depleted. We saw it against Nassourdine Imavov, where Brandon Allen looked fantastic in the 1st round, but after that, Nassourdine Imavov read his game very easily and picked him apart throughout the whole fight, and he even beat him at his own game on the ground in the 3rd round. I don't think Brandon Allen's going to do much in this fight, and I think Anthony Hernandez is just going to be on another level like he's been in his last 6 fights and just pick Brandon Allen apart again and win and make his way into the top 5. He's going to cruise into the top 5, and anybody up there, I think he's going to be a problem for anybody in the top 5. You put him against Nassourdine Imavov, I think that's going to be a great bout. You put him against Caio Borralho, I also think that's going to be a very good fight for him. I mean, both Caio Borralho and Anthony Hernandez, they're elite grapplers. But, dude, Anthony Hernandez, bro, he's just so crafty and he's so creative on the feet. I mean, the way he sets up his leg kicks and the way he just mauls opponents, his gas tank just lasts, man. And he's just a durable-ass fighter from what I've seen. I think a lot of people are going to have a lot of problems with Anthony Hernandez moving forward. So if he fights guys like that, I think he has a good chance of winning those fights, or even against Israel Adesanya. If Israel Adesanya fights Anthony Hernandez, dude, Anthony Hernandez is just going to maul him. He's going to deplete him. He's just going to tear Israel Adesanya into shreds. So I think moving forward, Anthony Hernandez will be a problem for the middleweight division. And pretty soon, I hope to see him fight against Dricus du Plessis or even a Hamza Chimaev, because I think he's going to bring guys like that problems, and he's going to be a name to remember moving forward in the middleweight division. And he is going to be an up-and-coming contender in the top 5. I think he has shown a lot of prowess in his recent fights, and he's already fought some tough opponents, like I said previously, in Roman Kopylov, in Brandon Allen, and even Michel Pereira. Watch out for this man, because he will be fighting for the title by the end of the year or by early 2026. Let me know in the comments below, do you guys agree? Is Anthony Hernandez next up in the middleweight division? That's just my opinion. Anyways, people, good game, boys. Catch you later. Deuces, I'm out.